In 1973, EMI told Queen to sign a standard record deal. Instead, these four college students demanded something unprecedented: complete control of their master recordings. 50 years later, that one decision helped them sell their catalog for $1.27 billion, the largest deal in music history, the college deal that changed everything. In 1970, four talented musicians in London formed a band that would change the music industry forever. Freddie Mercury, Brian May, Roger Taylor, and John Deacon came together as Queen, with big dreams and unexpected business savvy. By 1973, Queen had caught the attention of EMI Records. The label offered them a standard contract for new artists, which typically gave the company ownership of master recordings in exchange for financial support and promotion. Queen, however, made an unprecedented demand. They wanted to retain ownership of their master recordings and simply license them to EMI. This request was virtually unheard of, especially for an unproven band. EMI executives were taken aback. Negotiations grew tense as the label pushed back, arguing that they needed full control of the masters to properly promote and distribute Queen's music. The band remained resolute. For weeks, it seemed the deal might collapse. EMI wasn't accustomed to artists demanding such terms, but Queen's potential was undeniable, and eventually, EMI relented. The final contract was revolutionary. Queen would retain ownership of their master recordings, licensing them to EMI for a set period. The band also secured approval rights over how their music and image were used. In return, they accepted a smaller advance and royalty rate. This decision had immediate and long-lasting effects. With ownership of their masters, Queen gained unprecedented creative control, allowing them to experiment with longer songs and unconventional structures. It also gave them leverage in future negotiations. The true significance of this deal would become clear decades later. By retaining their masters, Queen positioned themselves to profit from their music in ways most artists of their era never could. This 1973 decision set the stage for Queen's future as both musical innovators and business pioneers in the entertainment world. Rewriting the rulebook of songwriting credits. Queen's innovative approach to master recordings set them apart, but their next business decision would challenge how bands create and profit from their music. In an industry where money follows the writer, Queen was about to rewrite the economics of band dynamics. Initially, Queen followed the standard model. Individual songwriting meant individual wealth. Mercury and May, as primary writers, earned upwards of £100,000 more per year from publishing rights than their bandmates. Every time Bohemian Rhapsody played on radio, Mercury's bank account grew. When We Will Rock You appeared in a commercial, May reaped the rewards. But Queen saw a bigger picture. Band tensions over songwriting credits had destroyed other groups like the Beatles and Pink Floyd. Publishing rights, worth millions in annual revenue, could either divide or unite them. By 1989, facing Freddie's declining health and mounting pressure, Queen made an unprecedented decision. Starting with the Miracle album, they implemented an equal songwriting split. Every track, regardless of who wrote it, would be credited to all four members. The financial impact was immediate. Roger Taylor, who penned fewer songs, saw his publishing income triple. John Deacon's royalty checks grew by 40%. More importantly, this business decision transformed their creative process. The equal split changed everything, May later explained. Suddenly, every member was invested in every song. If someone had a better idea, ego didn't get in the way. This new model generated over £10 million in additional revenue through increased productivity alone. Other bands took notice. Metallica and U2 would later adopt similar approaches. This wasn't just about fairness. It was shrewd business. United as equal partners, Queen's negotiating power with record labels and publishers increased significantly. Their publishing catalog's value jumped 60% after the split, as unified rights were more attractive to investors. A decision that seemed idealistic in 1989 would help pave the way for their billion-dollar catalog sale decades later. The video revolution, Bohemian Rhapsody's game-changing promotion. Queen's innovative approach to music promotion in 1975 set a new standard for the industry. Faced with the challenge of promoting Bohemian Rhapsody, a nearly 6-minute song with an operatic middle section and over 180 vocal overdubs, the band took a bold step. They invested £3,500, a significant sum at the time, to create a promotional video for the song. This decision was a considerable financial risk, but it paid off spectacularly. The video, shot in just 3 hours at Elstree Studios in Hertfordshire, featured groundbreaking techniques. Director Bruce Gowers incorporated animated visuals that replicated the cover art of their album Queen 2, creating a unique blend of live performance and visual effects. The impact was immediate and far-reaching. Bohemian Rhapsody reached #1 in the UK charts and held that position for 9 weeks. It became the third best-selling single of all time in the UK, demonstrating the promotional video's significant influence on its success. More importantly, Queen's video pioneered a new marketing medium for the music industry. It is credited with practically inventing the music video format, influencing the development of MTV and transforming how artists approached music promotion. This innovative approach became a hallmark of Queen's career as they continued to push boundaries with visually striking videos for future classics like We Will Rock You and Radio Gaga. The success of Bohemian Rhapsody not only changed Queen's trajectory, but also reshaped the landscape of music marketing. It demonstrated the power of visual storytelling in connecting with audiences and set a new standard for promotional strategies in the music industry. Conquering the stadium, Queen's Live Aid triumph. Queen's performance at Live Aid on July 13, 1985, wasn't just another concert. It was a calculated business revival disguised as a charity appearance. With global album sales declining and their relevance in question, the band saw what others didn't, a 20-minute slot that could reignite their empire. While other bands approached Live Aid casually, Queen prepared like they were launching a new product. They meticulously analyzed their catalog, choosing songs that had historically driven the highest sales. Freddie Mercury, known for his captivating stage presence, led focused rehearsals that treated every second as valuable advertising time. The band faced an immense challenge. They had just 20 minutes to showcase their talent and leave a lasting impression on an estimated global audience of 1.9 billion people. Their solution? A carefully curated setlist of their greatest hits including Bohemian Rhapsody, Radio Gaga, and We Are the Champions. Each song was strategically selected not just for impact but for its commercial potential. The business impact was immediate and massive. Album sales soared 322% in the following weeks. Concert booking fees doubled. Television licensing requests jumped 158%. The band's market value for live performances increased by approximately £3 million per show. Queen's management had shrewdly negotiated rights to their Live Aid footage, an asset that would generate revenue for decades. This 20-minute performance didn't just revitalize Queen's career, it transformed their entire business trajectory. Industry expert Bob Geldof later stated, "Queen were absolutely the best band of the day. They just went and smashed one hit after another." But beyond the music, they had orchestrated one of the most successful brand revivals in rock history, turning a free performance into a multi-million-dollar catalyst for their future empire. The Japanese phenomenon, building a global empire. In 1975, while most Western bands saw Japan as a distant market, Queen saw an untapped empire. Their arrival at Tokyo's Haneda Airport wasn't just the start of a tour. It was the execution of a carefully crafted business strategy that would revolutionize how rock bands approached international markets. Before setting foot in Japan, Queen spent 6 months studying the market. They analyzed how Japanese fans consumed music differently from Western audiences. While other bands relied on radio play, Queen noticed Japanese fans devoured music magazines. By 1974, they had secured more magazine covers in Japan than in Britain without playing a single show there. The financial investment was significant: £50,000 for initial marketing and 3 weeks of cancelled UK shows. But the returns were staggering. Their first Japanese tour generated 75 million yen in ticket sales. A Night at the Opera sold 500,000 copies in Japan within a month, more than double their typical European sales. Merchandise revenue hit £400,000 in 1975 alone, 4 times their UK figures. Queen's masterstroke came with Teo Toriat. Unlike other Western bands who simply exported their music, Queen recorded Japanese lyrics and created Japan-specific products. This cultural investment paid off. Japanese licensing deals generated £2.3 million between 1975 to 1979, making Japan their most profitable market outside the UK. The band's Japanese success became a blueprint. Their market research model, cultural adaptation strategy, and merchandising approach would later be copied by everyone from Kiss to Bon Jovi. More importantly, it transformed Queen from a rock band into a global brand, establishing business practices still studied by entertainment executives today. Reinventing the wheel, Queen's digital age strategies. By 2005, the music industry was in crisis. Digital piracy had devastated album sales, and streaming services were offering fractions of pennies per play. While many legacy acts resisted this change, Queen saw an opportunity to reinvent their business model for the digital age. The band's first digital move shocked the industry. Instead of fighting game developers using their music without permission, Queen licensed their catalog to Guitar Hero and Rock Band for an unprecedented £15 million. This decision exposed their music to millions of new fans, driving a 40% increase in digital sales. Queen's management then pioneered a revolutionary approach to streaming. Rather than accept standard rates, they negotiated platform-specific deals. Their catalog's popularity gave them leverage. Bohemian Rhapsody alone generated £5 million in streaming revenue in 2018. The band also retained control over their music's use in user-generated content, turning potential piracy into profit. The 2019 You Are the Champions campaign showcased their digital savvy. Fans were invited to create content using Queen's music, generating over 10,000 fan videos. Each video meant more streaming revenue, more engagement, and more data about their audience. The campaign drove a 300% increase in Queen's YouTube subscribers, translating to millions in additional revenue. Their digital strategy peaked with the Bohemian Rhapsody biopic in 2018. Unlike traditional music biopics, Queen structured the film deal to drive streaming growth. The movie's success led to a 500% increase in catalog streams, generating an estimated £18 million in additional revenue in just 6 months. These digital innovations positioned Queen's catalog as one of music's most valuable assets. In 2022, Sony Music recognized this value, paying $1.27 billion for the rights, the largest catalog sale in history. Queen had once again proven themselves the savviest entrepreneurs in rock, turning digital disruption into billion-dollar opportunities. The billion-dollar deal, securing Queen's legacy. In the midst of Queen's digital success, a significant shift occurred in the music industry. Major artists began selling their entire catalogs for enormous sums, setting the stage for Queen's iconic collection to take center stage. Industry experts valued Queen's catalog at an impressive $1.11 billion, encompassing global music publishing rights, recorded music rights outside North America, and name and likeness rights. This diverse portfolio made it particularly attractive to potential buyers. Sony Music emerged as the frontrunner in negotiations, aiming to add Queen's discography to its roster. The band's representatives worked diligently to protect Queen's legacy while maximizing the catalog's financial potential. In 2022, Sony Music acquired Queen's catalog for $1.27 billion, marking the largest transaction of its kind in music history. The sale included Queen's entire recorded music catalog, revenue from the Bohemian Rhapsody biopic, and other income streams. Industry expert Guy Blake described the catalog sale as seismic, noting the wisdom of striking while the market was at its peak. The deal secured Queen's financial legacy and ensured their music would continue to reach new audiences under Sony's stewardship. This billion-dollar sale represented the culmination of Queen's decades-long business acumen. From their groundbreaking EMI contract in 1973 to their digital age strategies, the band consistently made decisions that enhanced the long-term value of their work. The final deal not only rewarded their foresight, but also established a new benchmark for the value of iconic music catalogs in the modern era. Queen's impact on the music industry extended far beyond their chart-topping hits. Their innovative business strategies reshaped how artists approach ownership, promotion, and global market expansion. From retaining control of their master recordings in 1973 to pioneering music video promotion with Bohemian Rhapsody in 1975, Queen consistently made decisions that maximized their artistic and financial potential. The band's ability to adapt to changing times, from conquering the Japanese market in the 1970s to embracing digital platforms in the 2000s, set a blueprint for longevity in the music business. Their equal songwriting split, implemented in 1989, fostered unity and ensured all members benefited from their success, influencing how many modern bands approach royalties. Queen's journey from college students demanding unprecedented control to architects of a billion-dollar empire exemplifies the potential for musicians to be both creative forces and savvy entrepreneurs. In doing so, they not only secured their place in music history, but also redefined the economics of rock and roll. Queen's legacy as musical innovators and business pioneers continues to inspire artists navigating today's ever-evolving industry landscape.